Okay. And we're going to go into Unit 5, Lessons 1 and 2. Okay. So we already know all of our vocab, and we sang our song about the different planets. And I'm pretty sure we already wrote our grammar pass, yes? We wrote the grammar pass yesterday.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Ganpu. We already wrote our grammar pass, perfect. And we talked about how we can add EST at the end to compare more than two things. Use EST to compare more than two things. Remember, we said that we add ER to compare two things. We add EST to compare more than two things. Okay, so we're gonna go and we're gonna do our language lodge. Okay, so did we already go through the language lodge yesterday?
แจกโบนัสพิเศษที่ยิ่งเก็บยิ่ง
Did we go through this yet?
6/5. 6/5. Yesterday we did this one already.
Perfect. Okay.
We let them to try practice on lesson 2.
Yeah, perfect. So we already, oh, where's lesson 2? I want to go with lesson 2. You're right. This one, that's what we're doing. Perfect, because I thought we had already finished lesson 1. Perfect. All right, so we're on lesson 2. Okay, so I asked you guys to try a couple of these. I know you only had one night, but so we're gonna go through it together. So if you didn't get it, that's okay. We're gonna do it now. So it says choose and complete. So we have 4 vocab words. Actually, they're not even vocab words. They're just adjectives. Large, cold, high, and near. Say large.
Large.
Large, great job, Bam. Large means big. Large means big, okay? Cold, say cold.
Cold.
Cold, cold. High, high. High.
High.
Great job. High means tall. High means up above, right? Not low. High, high. And the G is silent. We don't say the G. And the last one is near. Near. Your turn.
Near.
Near. Near means really close to. Really close to. Okay, so we're going to use those adjectives and we are going to complete the sentences. Okay, so the first one says blank mountain in the world is Mount Everest. Which word are we going to use with EST to complete this sentence? We're going to be adding EST to the end of these adjectives to compare the topic of the sentence to other things. So which which adjective plus est are we going to use in number 1? Blank mountain in the world is Mount Everest. You could say, let's try out all of them. The largest mountain in the world is Mount Everest. Possibly. The coldest mountain in the world is Mount Everest. Possibly. The highest mountain in the world is Mount Everest. Possibly. The nearest mountain in the world is Mount Everest. I don't think that one works as well as the others. Which adjective works the best? What do you think? What adjective are we going to use to describe Mount Everest?
นี่ค่ะข้อที่1 mountain in the world is Mount Everest คำว่าภูเขาอะลูกภูเขาอะเราต้องใช้หน่วยเรียกมันคืออะไรภูเขาสูงใช่ไหมไม่ใช่หน่วยเรียกที่ใช่ผู้ผิดใช้ adjective ใช้ลักษณะในการเรียกมันอะคือเป็นอะไรภูเขาลูกนี้ถูกปะภูเขาลูกนี้ประมาณนี้ปะในภาษาไทยใช่ไหมคะ
ใช่ค่ะ
ใช่ไหมทีนี้คำว่าภูเขาลูกนี้สูงของเอเวอเรสต์เนี่ยถ้าเราเรียนประวัติศาสตร์เรียนเกี่ยวกับพวกเขาเรียกว่าอะไรนะเกี่ยวกับ geography อะ Mount Everest ก็คือเทือกเขาที่สูงที่สุดในโลกคำว่าสูงที่สุดต้องใช้อะไรลูกถ้าเกิดเป็น est ต้องเป็นอะไร highest the highest mountain ใช่ไหมคะใช่ไหมลูก
ใช่ค่ะ
ใช่ค่ะตอบทีเชอร์เลยค่ะ
highest
The highest. Very good. Highest. The highest. The highest mountain in the world is Mount Everest. Very good. And we can cross high off. So we already used it. Okay. All right. Number 2. Blank ocean in the world is the Pacific Ocean. Blank ocean in the world is the Pacific Ocean. Let's think. The largest ocean in the world is the Pacific Ocean? Possibly. The coldest ocean in the world is the Pacific Ocean? Possibly. The nearest ocean in the world is the Pacific Ocean. I don't think that one works as well as large or cold. Which one do you think describes the Pacific Ocean the best?
largest
Great job, Bam. Yes, the largest. Large. L-A-R-G. Now here's the trick. Do we add EST or do we add ST to the end of large to make it largest? Yes, ma'am. Largest. We only have to add the ST at the end because we already have that E there. We already have the E in large. Largest. Very good. So there is the EST, but the E was already part of the word. So we don't need 2 E's. That'd be largest, and that's not right. Just like we have EST here. Okay. Number 3, blank place on Earth is in Antarctica. We have 2 options left. We can say the coldest place on Earth is in Antarctica, or the nearest place on Earth is in Antarctica. Which one do you think works best?
Coldest.
The coldest. The coldest. Coldest. The coldest place on Earth is in Antarctica. And the last one, blank star to the Earth is the sun. There's only one word left. Does it work?
Nearest.
Very good, Pagim. Nearest. Nearest. N-E-A-R-E-S-T. The nearest star to the Earth is the sun. All right. I would like someone to read number 1. Can someone read number 1? The whole sentence?
นักเรียนใครก็ได้ช่วยอ่านประโยคให้ทีเชอร์ฟังหน่อยค่ะปากินก็ได้ค่ะ
ข้อไหนครับ4 ข้อเลยครับ
ใช่ค่ะ
Highest mountain in the world is Mount Everest.
Very good, Pagim. Nice job. The highest mountain in the world
Ocean
is Mount
in the world.
Everest. Oh, you're going to keep going. Sure. Go ahead, buddy.
Ocean in the world is the Pacific Ocean.
Very good.
Coldest place on the earth is in
You got it. Antarctica.
Antarctica.
Yeah, it's a long one. Antarctica. Very good. And the last
Nearest
one?
star to the earth is the sun.
Very good. Pagim, I'm so proud of you. Great job. Can anyone else read me the 4 sentences just like Pagim did? Who else? Who else can tell me all the sentences? How about EQ?
EQ EQ อยู่ไหมคะ No
No? Okay, how about Ganpu?
การภูค่ะ การภูอยู่ไหมคะ การภู
He wrote in the chat. What did you say, buddy?
Oh yeah, she said yes. I think she cannot turn on the microphone.
That's okay. That's okay. All right, how about, who else? What names do I see? How about Sugus?
Sugas
Sugus?
สุกัสตอบทีเชอร์หน่อยค่ะ
ข้ออะไรนะคะ
ให้อ่านประโยคโลก
ข้อ2ใหญ่ใช่ไหมครับครู
ลูกข้อ 1อ่านประโยคโลก Highest mountain in the world is Mount Everest.
Highest mountain in the world is Mount Everest.
ข้อที่ 2 largest เริ่มเลยลูก
Largest ocean in the world is Pacific Ocean.
ข้อที่ 3 ครับ
Coldest place on the earth is in Antarctica.
Very
ข้อ
good.
4
And
แล้
one
ว
more.
Nearest star to the Earth is the Sun.
Very good, Sugas. Very good. What about Otto? Otto, can you read me the 4 sentences?
ออโต้อยู่ไหมคะ
อยู่ครับ
หนูอ่านประโยคทั้ง 4 ประโยคให้ทีเชอร์เลยค่ะ
Highest mountain in the world is Mount Everest.
Very good.
Largest ocean in the world in the Pacific Ocean ครับ
Very good.
Coldest place on the earth is in Antarctica.
Very good.
Nearest star to the earth is the sun ครับ
Yes, very good, Otto. Awesome job. And let's have one more. How about Nene?
Yes, teacher. Highest mountain in the world is Mount Everest.
Very good.
Largest ocean in the world is the Pacific Ocean. Coldest place on the earth is Antarctica. Nearest star to the earth is the sun.
Very good. Nene, that was awesome. You guys are so great. Thank you all for reading those sentences. All right. So now we're going to go down to number 2. And I'm going to write the sentences and I want you to write them as well. Okay. I'm going to just type them because writing a whole sentence is hard on my little keypad. So they give us a planet and they give us an adjective and they want us to make a true comparing sentence. So for the first one, they give us which planet? Which planet did they give us in number 1?
Earth.
Earth. Very good. And what is the adjective that they give us for number 1? What's the adjective that they give us?
Green.
Green. Very good. Yes. So, Earth and green. What sentence can we use? What sentence can we make using the planet Earth and the adjective green? How about trying to find some new friends? How about Tay Tay?
เต้ครับเต้อยู่ไหมลูก
อยู่ครับ
เต้ข้อที่ 1 เราจะแต่งประโยคยังไงดีคะ ในรูปของ superlative form ลูก
Earth ครับ
Earth the earth is อะไร
Planet.
the greenest หรือว่าอะไรนะ is greenest
Green.
There you go, Tay Tay. You
The
got it.
green-
Is the greenest. Greenest what?
Green.
Greenest
planet
planet. Very good, Tay Tay. Nice job. The Earth is the greenest planet. Go ahead and write that sentence down. The Earth is the greenest planet.
เรียนทำลงไปเลยนะคะ เขียนลงไปในข้อ 2 เลยนะลูก
Very good job, y'all. All right. When you're done, give me a thumbs up. When you're done, give me a thumbs up.
นักเรียนใครเสร็จแล้ว ใคร
Nice.
เสร็จแล้วยกนิ้วโป้งให้ทีเชอร์นะคะ
Oh, 2 thumbs up from Froy. Nice
หนึ่ง
job.
ใครเขียนเสร็จแล้วยกนิ้วโป้งให้ทีเชอร์นะลูก
And bam. Great job. All right. Number 2. They give us a planet and they give us an adjective. Which planet do they give us number 2? Planet did they give us?
Jupiter.
There we go. Good job, Froy. Jupiter. And what adjective do they give us in number 2?
Largest.
Yeah, they gave us large and they want us to say the largest. So what sentence can we make with the planet Jupiter and the adjective large? What's our sentence?
มีใครตอบทีเชอร์ได้ไหมคะ
The Jupiter is largest planet.
There we go, Bagim. Awesome. Oops, why did I say the Earth? Earth is the Jupiter is the largest planet. Jupiter is the largest planet. Very good. It is the largest planet. There's nothing any larger. Go ahead and write that sentence down, and when you're done, give me a thumbs up. You guys are doing so good. We're flying through this. Flying through it. Like astronauts flying through space. When you're done, give me a thumbs up. Nice job. I see some friends are still writing their sentence, so we're going to give them another 30 seconds or so. Give me a thumbs up when you're done. Nice job. See a couple thumbs, couple friends still writing. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Nice. All right, let's go on to number 3. They give us a planet and they give us an adjective. Which planet do they give us in number 3?
Neptune.
Neptune. And what adjective did they give us to describe Neptune?
Cold.
Cold. So what is our sentence going to be? Yeah, Bam, coldest. What's our whole sentence? What's our whole sentence? Someone give it a shot. You got it. You got it. What's our sentence for number 3?
Neptune is the coldest planet.
Very good, Bam. Yes, Neptune is the coldest planet. All right, go ahead and write number 3 down. Neptune is the coldest planet. Neptune is the coldest planet. Neptune is the coldest planet. When you finish number 3, give me a thumbs up.
ได้เขียนเสร็จแล้วเขียนเสร็จหรือยังคะ ถ้าเขียนเสร็จแล้วยกนิ้วโป้งให้ทีเชอร์หน่อยค่ะเมื่อกี้กดสัญลักษณ์สิลูก
Otto, raise your hand. Nice job. I see thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Otto, do you have a question? Or were you raising your hand to say that you were done? Did you have a question, Otto? No? Okay. Let's check. Woo! Awesome job, y'all. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go to YouTube. And we're gonna watch a video. I think we've already watched this video, but I'm gonna pause it and we're gonna talk about what they say, okay? Because they have a lot of awesome comparing sentences in this video, okay? Share my screen. Okay, zoom in and let's.
Our solar system. Have you ever looked up into the sky and wondered what was there? Higher than the birds, past the clouds, and farther than the moon, a whole host of fascinating objects spin in outer space. Let's imagine for a moment that we can leave the Earth behind and explore the solar system that surrounds it. We call it the solar system because everything in it is centered around the sun, and solar means something to do with the sun.
What does solar mean? Solar, what does solar mean? They just told us. What does solar mean? What does solar mean?
Something to do with the sun.
Very good, Bam. Nice job. Solar means something to do with the sun.
The sun is a star, just like many of the stars that you can see in the night sky, just many times closer to us. Still, the sun is very, very far away from the Earth, almost 93 million miles away. That's why it looks so small, even though it's the biggest object in the solar system. In fact, the sun makes up more than 99% of the mass in the solar system. If you put all of the planets, moons, asteroids, comets, and everything else in the solar system together, they would make up less than 0.25% of it. The sun is so big that it's more than 100 times wider than the Earth, and if it were a giant jar, you could fit more than 1 million Earths into it. More than that, the sun is what holds the solar system together. Its massive gravity is what keeps the Earth and all the other planets circling around it instead of drifting off into space. The sun is also what allows us to live on Earth. Without the sun, there would be no heat. There would be no light. Plants could not grow. Water would freeze and nothing could survive. The sun gives us heat and light because it is always burning. It is a giant ball of gas, mostly hydrogen and helium, and it burns at millions of degrees in its center. Let's leave the sun now to explore the planets. As we move away from the sun, the first planet we will encounter is Mercury. Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system.
Mercury is the blank planet in the solar system. What did they just say Mercury was?
Smallest.
Smallest. Great job, Bam. I know you are paying attention because you are participating. Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system.
Much smaller than Earth, and one of only 5 planets you can see from Earth using nothing but your eyes. Of course, it won't look much like a planet. It looks more like a bright star, and many nights you can see it close to the horizon near sunrise and sunset. Mercury is a lot like our moon. It's small and has a rocky surface with craters on it. It has no moon of its own and no air to breathe. You probably wouldn't enjoy a visit to Mercury, since temperatures are boiling hot in the sun and freezing cold in the shade. Something interesting about Mercury is that it is the fastest planet to go around the sun.
Mercury is the blank planet to go around the sun. What did they say Mercury was? Mercury is the blank planet to go around the sun.
Fastest.
The fastest. The fastest. Great job. Nice job.
It only
Bam.
takes 88 days. Next is Venus, the second planet. Some people call Venus Earth's sister because the 2 planets are very close in size and gravity, but they are very different on the surface. First of all, it is very hot. Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system.
Venus is the blank planet in the solar system. What did they say?
Hottest.
Hottest.
Great job. Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system.
It's not as close to the sun as Mercury, but its thick atmosphere of carbon dioxide helps it to trap the heat and stay warmer than its neighbor. It has a thick atmosphere, but it is not one you could breathe. It is mostly made of carbon dioxide, and there are clouds of sulfuric acid. Venus might not be fun to visit, but it is beautiful to look at. It is the second brightest object in the night sky. The only thing brighter is the moon.
Venus is the second what object in the night sky? The second what? Venus is the second blank object. What did they say it was? The second what? This last line, it is the second brightest, second brightest object. The only thing brighter is the moon.
If you are looking at a sunrise or a sunset and suddenly notice what looks like a very bright star, you are probably looking at Venus. After Venus comes Earth, the third planet from the sun. Of course, you know all about Earth because that's the planet where we live. Earth is what's called a Goldilocks planet because it's not too hot and not too cold. It is just right. As far as we know, Earth is the only planet to have living things. Let's leave Earth again for a moment, though, and visit Mars, the fourth planet from the sun. Mars is known as the red planet because iron oxide, a material like rust, in the soil gives it a reddish color. Mars is smaller than Venus and the Earth, but larger than Mercury. It is cold and rocky, with a thin atmosphere made of carbon dioxide and oxygen. There is water ice on Mars. Scientists are very interested in Mars because they think that people could live there with the help of some special equipment. Rockets and probes have already been sent there to gain more information about the planet. Right now, there are 2 special robots exploring the surface of Mars, sending information back to Earth. Mars is the first planet we've visited today besides Earth to have its own moons. It has 2, although they are not big and round like our moon. Mars's moons are small and irregular. Scientists think they may be captured asteroids. Maybe they came from the big asteroid belt that is between Mars and Jupiter. An asteroid belt is a big ring of asteroids, or rocky objects, orbiting the sun. Jupiter comes next, the 5th planet in the solar system. Jupiter is the largest planet and is something called a gas giant.
Jupiter is the what? Jupiter is what?
Largest.
The largest planet. They call it a gas giant.
It is called this because it is really big and made mostly of gases. Jupiter is so big that you would have to place 11 Earths end to end just to stretch across its middle.
That's crazy.
Jupiter is also the 3rd brightest object in the night sky.
Jupiter is the 3rd blank object in the night sky. Brightest. First comes the moon, then comes Venus, third comes Jupiter, the 3rd brightest.
Only Venus and the moon are brighter. You can usually find Jupiter higher in the sky than Venus, since Jupiter is away from the sun and not towards it. Jupiter has at least 67 moons that circle around it, but 55 of them are very small, only about as big as a mountain or smaller. Some of its moons are very large, and at least 2 of them are about the same size as the planet Mercury. One of its moons is the largest moon in the solar system.
One of Jupiter's moons is the blank moon in the solar system. One of the moons that Jupiter has is what? How big is it? Very good, Bam. The largest moon in the solar system.
Some of these large moons can be seen from Earth in your backyard with a telescope. People cannot land on Jupiter because it is made of gas. There is no ground to land on. Even if there was somewhere to land, Jupiter is covered by terrible storms, much stronger than even the strongest storms on Earth. One storm that we know about can be seen from Earth. We call it the Great Red Spot because that's what it looks like, and it has been going on for at least 200 years. After Jupiter comes Saturn, another gas giant. Saturn is famous for its beautiful rings. Although they look solid from a distance, the rings are actually made from many, many small ice particles, as well as rocks and dust. Saturn also has more than 60 moons orbiting around it, some as large as the planet Mercury, and many smaller. Something interesting about Saturn is that even though it is very large, it is not very dense. That means that if you could find a bathtub large enough to put Saturn in, it would float instead of sink. Saturn is the farthest planet that can be seen from Earth without the help of a telescope.
Saturn is the blank planet that can be seen from Earth without the help of a telescope. Farthest. It's the farthest planet that we can see with our bare eyes. That's crazy.
After Saturn comes Uranus, the 7th planet from the Sun. Uranus is another gas giant, but it is much smaller than Saturn and Jupiter. Unlike any other planet in the solar system, it is tilted so much that it actually spins sideways. Uranus has rings around it, although they are much smaller than Saturn's, and 27 known moons. Uranus is covered in blue clouds made of methane, which give it its lovely color. Very similar to Uranus is Neptune, the 8th planet from the Sun. Neptune is another gas giant, and like Uranus, it has methane in its atmosphere, so it also looks blue. Neptune is a darker blue than Uranus, and scientists aren't sure why. Neptune has a few thin rings and 14 moons that we know about. Because Neptune is so far out in space, it takes it a very, very long time to go around the sun. Remember Mercury, that only takes 88 days to go once around the sun? Poor Neptune takes over 164 years to finish an orbit around the sun. The last time that Neptune was in the same place it is now was before the American Civil War, before computers, phones, airplanes, or cars had been invented. Neptune has the longest orbit of any planet in the solar system. Now you may think that I've forgotten someone. Pluto.
Says Neptune has the blank orbit of any planet in the solar system.
Longest.
Very good. The longest orbit takes 164 years to go around the sun.
Neptune has the longest orbit of any planet in the solar system. Now you may think that I've forgotten someone. Pluto. Pluto was discovered in 1930 and was listed as the 9th planet in the solar system. As it was studied longer, scientists realized how small it is. It is much smaller than any other planet in the solar system, and even smaller than many other moons. Plus, people started to discover other small, rocky planet-like objects in space near Pluto. Some of them were even bigger than Pluto. In 2006, after 76 years being listed as a planet, Pluto was declared a dwarf planet to show that it was something that was like a planet, but much smaller. There are at least 6 dwarf planets in the solar system, and possibly many, many more. That leaves us with 8 official planets in our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. I hope you enjoyed exploring the solar system with me today. Goodbye till next time.
Woo! Great job. That was really interesting, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching that video. That brings us to the end of our class today. I'm very proud of you all for getting your worksheet done today in class and for watching that video. Bam, you were really paying attention during that video. Would you like to pick a song for next class?
Bam right
Yeah, Bam.
แบมขอ1 เพลง
Stand tall ค่ะ
ฮะ
Stand tall
Stand tall เหรอ
STAND TALL
Stand tall
STANGSTALL. Stangol?
yes
Stangol. All right, I will find that song for you, Bam, because you were really, really amazing at helping answer the questions from the video. So let's say our thank you song and then we'll be done. Thank you, I really want to thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. I will see you on Thursday. Have a great weekend. Bye, bye, Froy. Bye, Bam. Bye, Mai.
Goodbye teacher
Bye, Gampu.
Goodbye, teacher.
Goodbye, teacher.
Goodbye, teacher.
Goodbye, Pagim. Goodbye.